Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Linda, LV Raiders, Maria Guzman, Pam Blackburn. ¿Cómo están? I want to let y'all know that I was watching Velda, and I think it's funny. But y'all know que yo todo el tiempo les digo, I'm always telling you guys. Mexicans don't make dichos just to make them. They don't make songs just to make them neither. How's that song? Who sings that song? El día que yo me muera no voy a llevarme nada. And then it says que nomás se va a llevar un puño de tierra, and I'm over here thinking, eso sí te lo ponen en la mano, porque si te mueres no te vas a morir con el pinche puño de tierra en la mano. You know, it's like, life is so short, people. And we gotta laugh about it because it is. Death is part of life, okay? Mexicans talk about death all the time. Take me tequila to my tomb. Put me in my angel wings or whatever. But the day that I die, I'm not going to take nothing, is what that song says. And then on another verse, it says that, you know, all he's going to take is a fistful of dirt. Well, all I can say is he ain't even taking that damn fistful of dirt if somebody doesn't put it there. Because there ain't no guarantee you're going to die with a fistful of dirt in your hand either. You might die in your bed having sex. You might die in a car driving. You might die in a beach swimming. You might die in the forest hunting. Or you might be a broke-back mountain ear doing other stuff. And you're not going to die with that fistful of dirt. You know, we all hope that we die and that we get to heaven too. But I know if I don't get to heaven, I'll be the one opening the gates of hell to everybody that thinks that I'm going to be going to hell. Sandra, it's the truth. It's like, you know, if somebody doesn't put that fistful of dirt, like that song says, I'm not going to take nothing. He's already admitting he's dying and not taking nothing. But he wants that all he's going to take is a fistful of dirt. No, he's not, unless somebody puts it on there. And do you all know, Jews in the United States, Jews, real Jews, take a fistful of Israelite dirt because it is flown into the United States for their funerals. And somebody does put a fistful of dirt for them in their hand, but it's their dirt from their land. You know, it's like there's so many things that we could analyze and look at and stuff, you know, but people just want to be talking smack all over the internet, and they do it on a daily. On a daily. It's like, oh my goodness, I don't have time for the crap. I've been dealing with Camelita, vamos a jugar, Camelita. Soledad, Pancho, and Juan got together again today to start bugging me. Camelita, vamos a jugar, Camelita. I've been washing clothes and folding clothes all darn morning because Soledad, Pancho, and Juan were looking for Dolores in the closet. And they made me take all the clothes out of the closet. I only have one little closet in this house that was full of clothes, dresses and stuff. And I had to take it all the other day out. Of course, I was on a hunt for something and they weren't helping. They were just bugging. And they started again this morning. So I've been hanging up clothes all morning. You didn't know that, Linda? Yes. They do get buried with a fistful of dirt, but it's dirt from Israel. It's actual dirt from Israel. And that's what we need to realize. Mexicans have a lot of darn songs, and it's like death is not something to laugh at. We all are gonna, that's a street that we're all gonna go on, ride on, or however you say it, but you get on the internet and you start talking smack, and you don't realize what you're talking, and it's because you want to be rude to people. Well, guess what? All of us had people that died in our families. All of us have had people that have died in our families. You know, deal with what's going on in your life, do what you have to do, because another fact is life keeps going on. Life keeps going on for the living. And I always tell everybody, funerals are not for the dead. They're gone. They're already dealing with a second chapter of their life, if there is a life after, okay? They're dealing with that as they're coming into their spiritual life, or the spiritual realm, if it does exist. I don't know if it does or doesn't. I believe there is an Almighty God. But hey, we won't know till we get there, right? So while we're here, death is for the living. Why? Because we need to get together and close a chapter on somebody's life that was amongst us. Somebody that was amongst us is gone and will no longer be there. We need to close that chapter with our eyes, and we need to close it in our minds. That's why we need to go to these funerals and see the body in a casket. Usually now they're giving that option, and because we're so much into mental health, now funerals are giving the option of renting a casket for one service, one day, for a viewing for the living to close the chapter. If we in the United States were not so much into mental health, who gives a crap? If you're gonna cremate somebody, just do what you have to do. But no, mental health is a real issue in the United States. Being able to close a chapter on a friend, a family member, or an enemy, even if you're a hypocrite, you're going to be there. And you're going to close the chapter. How are you going to close the chapter? Because we were raised knowing that once that person is in a coffin and in the ground, they're gone. That's it. You're not going to see them anymore. Maybe in your dreams or your memory, whenever it's going to reflect on whatever it has to reflect. Those memories will be there. But to just get on social media and be laughing about things and be laughing about the person, no, it's not you're laughing about the person. Maybe you're laughing about the way the person was while they were alive. Maybe they would do things that would make you laugh while they were alive. Yes, Sandra. Ronderos, uh, it's true. Support is not for the dead, it's for the living who can't let go. And that's part of the grieving process. That's part of the grieving process. And there's lots of Mexican songs made around death. Why? And not corridos. I'm not talking about corridos, because corridos will usually talk about the person's life and how they died. But when you talk about Amor Eterno, or the song that I started this video with. It's about people and their view of when they die, what they want when they die. Una cruz de madera is another one. De la más barata, de la más barata. You don't even need to spend money. Just get 2 pieces of wood and put it on there. Put the memorial on there. Don't take 20 years to put the memorial on wherever you buried your loved one. Usually people that get cremated are put in urns. I think the Bible talks about not doing altars for the dead. And I think it might be talking about not making altars for people that are cremated. But now lately I've gone to several funerals, and I've gone to the cemetery, and I've seen some of the cemeteries actually have like sections, like pillars, and those pillars have little plots or little boxes that you can buy, just like you would buy a plot. And then you put the urn in there, and they put the plate with the name and the date of birth and the date of death on the front and seal it. And the urn and the ashes are in there. And I've seen that in the forest. It's in Dickinson. My in-laws are buried there. And they have them like all over the place. They have the pillars that have those vaults that you can rent. Now, when I went to McAllen to a funeral in Edinburgh, in that area, the new headstones are coming out with the person that's buried in the ground. On one side, the headstone has that person's name and the date that they ended their life ended and the day they were born. And then it has like a section on the stone itself. It has like on the other side, it has a section for 4 or 5 or 6 urns, depending on how high you want that stone. And then you can also seal those vaults and put that plate on those if you have cremation. But reality is they are offering the rental and the viewing along with the cremation part for the living to be able to close chapters. Yes, Linda, I remember when we were going through my ex-husband being very ill. And this was like 5 years ago. And he actually A-lined on a helicopter flight from Lamarck, Texas, from the hospital in Lamarck to Herman Hospital. He flatlined on it in the helicopter in the life flight. And they broke his ribs. By the time that he got from Lamarck to Herman Hospital, he had flatlined, hi Anna, on them. And when he got to Herman Hospital, the doctors are so advanced that they froze him instantly. They did not want him to, they wanted the minimum of lung use, the minimum of everything, because they needed those ribs to heal before he started breathing again. So they had all kind of machines and stuff, and they froze him in an induced coma for 30 days until his body healed. And while that was happening, he actually healed from the pneumonia because they were doing other treatments. But during that period of time, it was a touch and go because he had flatlined on them in the helicopter. So about 2 weeks or 3 weeks into it, my daughter's church pastor is a member of one of the funeral homes over there. And he's like, well, I hadn't called you about this because I know that you're going through a lot, but have you thought about what you're going to do if the time comes for you to make decisions over a death situation on your dad? And all I was there was to support my daughter, because I was not going to allow his family to decide anything. So, I mean, I've been divorced from the man for a long time, so I wasn't going to decide anything, but my daughter was. So I was there to support her decision, and they were supposed to respect anything that she decided upon him. And that came up, the issue about cremation, renting the casket, and letting the live people close the chapter. You're looking for furniture, girl? Oh, you're already looking for the furniture for the mayor's office. Hey, I remember somebody wanting a recliner in their office if they got to Austin. A huevo. You need the recliner, but you need that 85-inch TV too, so that you can be flipping the channels, girl. Free Wi-Fi, free everything, nombre. Be visiting the mayor's office more often. Velda Garcia Luna, mayoral candidate for Mercedes, Texas, 2026. Getting it ready, getting her done. You just have to say that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Starbucks is too expensive. This is 15 cents. Great flavor. Thank you very much. Hey, yo estoy pobre, Ana. I can't be going to no Starbucks. I already had mine right here. We're putting it out in the universe, Ana. You have to, but you have to put it out in the universe in a positive way. It's something that's going to come back. It's got to be out there in a positive way. I'm not being negative about death. I'm just letting you know, hey, death can be something that you look at, but it's something that's going to happen to all of us. And we all have to deal with it one way or the other. We can deal with it the right way, or we can be shitty about it. But it's still going to happen. There's gonna be an eclipse next week, Anna. Did I send you that video, Anna, about the sugar in the water with the bay leaves and the cinnamon stick and the key to open all the positive waves in your surroundings? And you put it on top of the refrigerator after you mix everything. I think I sent it to you. Look it up for your videos. I don't keep up with the clips and stuff. But hey, let me know what day. But I thought I'd let you all know that I already had to start with these. Ibuprofen. I went to the Dollar General. They had them, what is it, 25 tablets for $1. I took 4 200s. So that's 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, because Dolores, Juan, and Pancho were looking, Soledad, Juan, and Pancho were looking for Dolores and making me work. They were making me work. It's like I went to the Dollar General and I'm so bad. Should I not be that bad? Check this out. I go to the Dollar General last night, right? I'm always on a budget for everything, but then I overdo it when I see stuff. So am I being greedy? This is not a normal size. This is not a normal size dishwashing soap container, okay? Who's fighting with Velda? Ah, no, you're at IKEA. How can you madrear somebody in there? No. This one was at the Dollar General here in Raymondville. And you know, Dollar General sometimes does stuff and you just have to be looking because they have a lot of these for different ones in the dollar aisle. Well, this one was on the bottom of the shelf and it is not the regular size. It's 50 ounces of dishwater, dish detergent for $1. And the other ones, I think, even though they say 25% more, are only like, the biggest ones are 40 or 32 ounces for $1. And then they have some smaller ones for $1, but this one was $1 and they had 6 of them. So I took all of them. I'm not going to leave them on the shelf. 50 ounces of dishwashing soap for $1. I'm buying all of the ones they had there. Yes, it is, especially when I don't put water in the sink. So it's like every dish gets a thing on the little sponge and it gets washed with that. So it's like, no. They also had these for $1. For your nose. The Vicks ones are like $7, $6. And these were at the Dollar General on their dollar aisle for $1. So I thought it was a good deal. They only had 2, so I took them. So yeah, last night I was up at the Dollar General. You know, I think Dollar General are like valeros and prostitutes. You get one on every corner. Every time I say that, I'm driving around and there's another Dollar General, there's another Dollar. The Dollar Tree is not a Dollar Tree anymore. It's like $1.50 for all the items, and then they go up. They have other stuff that goes up higher. But I mean, hey. Whew. It's been a morning for me, but I mean, sí logré. I have accomplished what I was supposed to, which was I washed all the clothes in that closet. Was it dirty? No, it wasn't dirty, but it had been there for more than 6 months without being moved. So I moved it all out and I washed it again. Oh yeah, on Saturdays when they have the extra $5 off, the $5 coupons. I usually don't because of the way that I've been on a budget for the last 3 years. I don't know if I'm going to spend the $20, the $25 or not. Although yesterday I did because I got 6 of those and I got a $5 pack. Because why would you buy? Tell me. Okay, I'm being like weird, but okay, so they have Nutty Buddies, right? The Nutty Buddy brand, not the store brand. The real Nutty Buddy brand. These. Okay? So, and they're right next to each other, so I don't understand it. 2 little boxes. Each box has 6. 2 for $6. And right next to them is a 12-pack box for $5. which one are you going to get? And they're making it look like the 2 for $6 are on sale. And I think this one is too, but still, I mean, it's like really 2 for $6 or the same thing for $5 in one box. I'm like, really? Estos están como más antes. Ay, las salsas están tan especial. Están a 4 por $1. And they were regular 25 cents. Regular price is 25 cents or 4 for $1. But people that, yeah, the 12 pack, you're saving $1. Use it for something on the dollar aisle. But people that don't know math see the 2 for something and think that it's an actual sale. And when you start doing the math, it's not. These Nutty Buddies have been that price for the last 6 or 8 months. And the other ones have been the same price, 2 for $6 or $3.89 each, or the $5 box. You know, it's like, yeah, you can buy them individual 6 in a box, but I think it's like $3.89. So it's like with the soap, the same thing with the soap. I mean, I'm going to pay $1. I'm going to pay $1 for the biggest item that you have. I don't care. And I buy the gallon awesome for $1. I buy all that stuff that they have there for $1. Y'all think I don't? I'm bad. I'll buy their soap for $1. The washing soap for clothes. And I have a 2.5 gallon pump, little pump, the ones that you buy, the extra or the gain or whatever. I'll put the 1 gallon of awesome in there, and I'll put two of the quarts. Yeah, until it fills up, another gallon, but of the dollar soap, and mix it. I don't know what the clothes washing detergent has. I don't care what it has, as long as I'm not getting ronchas. I'm mixing it, and I've been mixing it for more than 3 years more. I mix the awesome degreaser with whatever soap that they have there for $1 and wash my clothes with it. Hi, Michelle Perez. I'm doing pretty good. I'm complaining about Soledad and Pancho and Juan making me look for Dolores here, but I'm almost done with that. But other than that, we're just talking about getting good deals, not good deals at the Dollar General store. I have yet to find the deals that they put on the lemonade thing when they find things for a penny. But hey, if you all have found stuff for a penny at the stores, I haven't yet, but one of these days I will. Anyways, I'm going to let y'all go. I've been having y'all here for 30 minutes. If y'all went to the pulga today, don't forget to buy stuff, or tacos, potatoes, or popcorn, or vasos de elote, or something. But part of all that is enjoying life, enjoying gossiping with your family, friends, or whatever, instead of thinking that, hey, this person is doing this and that person is doing that. Oh, well, let them do whatever the hell they want. We all gonna go that road, and we're all gonna get there. And just don't forget, if you do go to a funeral, don't forget to go to the party after the funeral, because they've been having those for a bunch of years. Why? Because that's when you get to gossip with everybody, and you get to remember what you did with that person that you're closing the chapter on. And that's what it's about. Instead of just being negative all the time. Oh, Linda, you have found stuff for a penny? I think Goito found some masking tape for a penny in December at the Dollar General here. But And he was like real generous. You're supposed to, if you find stuff for a penny at the store, you're supposed to get all of it. It's not that they're trying to make you greedy, but it's just that way the employees don't look too bad. Because I mean, some of them don't even go look for the other stuff, and they just continue to leave it there. It makes the store look bad. Because VOM merchandise is supposed to be set back, but these people don't want to look at the paperwork. VOM is very old merchandise, and that's when it goes down to a penny at the stores. Hey, you went to your ex-husband's. Girl, we had a scare, Linda, this week about that. Of course, my sisters were looking at me like, why isn't this bitch moving? And I'm like, why should I move? My daughter hasn't said the funeral's ready. I'm already picking up the phone to call the funeral director. And sure enough, hey, hierba mala nunca muere. Hierba mala nunca muere. That's Mexican saying, and it's true, girl. My son-in-law took him to an eye doctor. Well, check this out. This is the funny. Takes him to the eye doctor. The eye doctor says there's a lot of blood vessels that are busted on your eye. It's a sign of a possible stroke. You have to go to a neurologist. So, so he's like, okay, so they send him from all the way to Pasadena, and here's my son-in-law taking him on his lunch hour, girl, and my daughter's working at school. She's doing her job, but they're calling her up, right, and they're letting her know what's going on. So then she gets told by her coworkers, "Are you gonna leave? Your dad's, got an emergency," and she's like, if my dad had a real emergency, he would have gone to the emergency room. But they're messing around with two different doctors already at this point. They already went to the eye doctor and they're going to another doctor. And then she's like, if I get to my house at 6:30, when I get to my house, and they still haven't decided what's going on, then I will take him to the emergency room myself. So she took him over there and they told him that they did all kind of CT scans and all kind of stuff on him. And it was funny. And they can't figure out what caused it, but no, it was not a stroke. So, but my sisters were already thinking that I was already going to pack a valise that I keep packed. No. I mean, as soon as my daughter would have said, Mom, start moving, I would have gotten the suitcase because it's already a packed thing. I keep a packed valise because sometimes Ophelia wants to go somewhere. Sometimes I get calls from other people. Let's go. And I have a packed suitcase that will have all my clothes ready for the next 3 or 4 or 5 days. If I have to rewash it, I will. But she didn't make that call for me to move. She just was informing me what was going on, and we were cracking up because I tell her, your dad always has to be more sick than the kids. It's like he wants the attention. But we laugh. And he lives with my daughter, so it's like, of course they're going to take care of him. But I'm not going to jump. I've been divorced from that guy for over 25 years, girl. If he passes away, I'm going to be there because of my daughter. If his family doesn't like it too bad, his mom and dad are already gone. And he's got one brother and one sister and their side of the family. But, it's like, that ain't going to happen. I'll be there. I'll be there like the real peacock that I am. I'm not going to wear red because I'll be respectful, but hey. I think that's funny, Linda. You made me laugh. I'll see you all.